Trying to be doing that bullshit. On to good news. Welcome back, BS with Brian Simpson. My guest today is somebody I've known for a minute. We've been on the grind the same time for a minute. Comedy Store brethren. The very talented Jamar Neighbors, everybody. Jamar?
Yeah, what up, B?
What's happening, man?
Thanks for having me, bro.
Of course. You have a podcast of your own?
Yeah. It's called Jamar's Neighborhood. It's cool.
Yeah, it's dope. This dude, he's always doing dope shit. This is what we do, dope stuff. And yeah, so you know what it is. Hey, Rob, what is our top headline for today?
You want to start with some science stuff? You want to start with some weird news?
Ooh, let's go weird news.
All right. Mm-hmm. Cynthia Perkins, teacher in Livingston Parish, Louisiana, arrested, convicted for baking her husband's semen into cupcakes.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
This bitch.
Did you hear about that?
I just from when he sent me the headline, but I was like, I thought there was more. I thought that like it was like a trick thing. You know what I mean? But she really did that shit, huh? Just come in the cupcakes. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a mistake?
No. It was she's a 36-year-old woman who is now taking a plea deal in exchange, because there was over 150 charges against her. 150 felony charges, including rape, child pornography, sexual battery of a child, and video voyeurism. The semen cupcake charge has to do with mixing of dangerous substances. So they just went down the entire line and found everything
they could possibly charge her with.
Oh, yeah. And now she's flipping on her husband. And she locked in a plea bargain where she's going to testify against him and testify that he basically forced her into it, manipulated her into it, threatened her, etc.
Nah, bitch. Hold on. Because this is what I don't get. You the teacher, right? Mm-hmm. And your husband was like, bitch, if you don't feed this, come to these kids. Right?
Yeah.
This is what she wants us to believe. Then she got all the way to school where he had no idea what happened or didn't happen. Mm-hmm. And she still went along with it. Mm-hmm. He wasn't at the school. Mm-hmm. So you could have just came home and told him you did it. You could have pulled out the driveway, threw them cupcakes in the trash, and went to school, bitch. You chose to do this.
Earlier when he said this headline, you were like, nuh-uh, it could have been it had to have been an accident or something, right? You know? But here's my question. How would it have been an accident?
I mean, I don't know.
How could that possibly happen?
But listen, I do know. I'm only saying that in the strictest sense of the word, because I know there's been a million times in my life that I've been absolutely certain of something, and then I become aware of one detail, and I go, oh shit. So I'm just saying possibly it's something that I ain't thinking of.
How many cupcakes was it?
For the whole kids, for
all of our kids. Yeah.
How many kids was it? Was it like 24 in the classroom, like some LAUSD shit?
You got to throw the book at her. I don't know.
It's Livingston Parish, Louisiana, so I don't think it's that big of a.
Let's say
class,
okay. Let's say it's 20 kids in this classroom or whatever. How long has he been feeling like how much nut is in this motherfucker? Is it? Did he?
Oh, more importantly, how did she get caught?
Oh yeah, how did she get caught? One of these kids
the
like
couple.
It's like nut.
This is.
So the couple was busted after authorities received a tip at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And then investigators found nude photos of them with a minor. So they were doing all kinds of crazy shit, and they got caught because somebody blew the whistle on them.
But like, back to his question, how did they find out about? How did they did somebody have to taste the cupcakes and be like, this tastes like cum too? Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
How'd they figure out about the cupcakes?
But they probably in a group. They probably in a group chat.
They probably split up the husband and wife. And then, they kind of press them against one another. And eventually they say, yeah, and then he did this, and then she did this. And then they work out.
Bruh. But you know what I always wonder when these kind of shits happen? Is how did they find each other? It's because people get caught doing all manner of shit. They always got a spouse.
Mm-hmm. Because he's a deputy, right? Or some shit, right?
Sheriff's lieutenant.
Mm-hmm. And then she's a teacher.
Wow. You know, it's like you. I just imagine their first date. He tried to play it off like he was playing. He's like, man, honestly, like I love to have my cum baked in the cupcakes. And she's like, oh, you so silly. And then they locked eyes, like, okay. Are we joking? I just wonder, like, how do you tell your spouse some shit like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like it's certain shit. Like you could tell your spouse that you lost your job, and that might be the end of your marriage. Mm-hmm. How you tell your spouse that you're in the fucking?
I wonder how long was they together?
I don't know. I can look that up. Probably. They did get. She filed for divorce after her arrest in 2019. But it doesn't say in here when they got married.
For what? Oh, so she can testify?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sure her lawyer was like,
imagine wasting some cum in some motherfucking cupcakes.
And also, just imagine having a recipe for that.
Right.
Because you got to get it just right.
Yeah. or it's gonna fall.
Right. Right. You're like, yo, this cornbread tastes like bleach.
Like.
Okay. All right. Well, that was heavy. I think we should go by heavy and light from now on instead of science and news.
All right.
This isn't the first case of that though, right? Because it's been like years ago. I remember reading a story where a guy had came inside of some cupcakes, and I think his name was like Mr. Bernst or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember reading some shit like that. So I'm like, this is actually a phenomenon, bro.
Yeah, they probably got a whole community. That's who did the anonymous tip.
You said a group chat. You said
yeah. He like I didn't get my order. Fuck this bitch. Or something. Jesus. But then they're gonna throw the book at you because there's no way you gonna get around that. Like if your child, imagine your child come home, like you find out it's one of your children. Mm-hmm. That was they've been giving your son cupcakes this whole time, and you found out it was jizz on them. Like you got to charge her with everything. You got to literally like not just the laws that everybody can remember. You got to send somebody down to City Hall to read through the books and find every law you could charge this bitch with.
Because there's not going to be a specific law against that. There's going to be.
Well, I'm talking about shit that like is funny. Even the funny law, like there's laws where like you can't have an alligator in the bathtub or some shit. Like find those joints that's outdated. Mm-hmm. All this, like you can't mix jizz with any flour or
orange juice. Hey, let me ask you this. So like, let's say if you have a kid like one day and shit like that, they got them little classroom parties and shit like that. You gonna let the nigga eat some shit? I mean, you gonna let him eat at the class party?
Oh yeah.
For real?
Yeah, life's about rolling the dice, son. Yeah, you can't live afraid because one crazy bitch in Tennessee. It's not like now. Listen, if it's by the time I have kids, if it start being a thing where it's like all over the place, then yeah, of course not. Like yo, I'm gonna send you with your own snacks, with your own cupcakes. Eat these snacks. Yeah.
I've worked in restaurants before, so I know that I have eaten
a cum cupcake.
Probably, if not cum, then snot, spit.
I guess the average Snicker has about 8 insect legs, but that's different than cum.
Yeah, I mean, because what it really boils down to is most of those things are harmless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what it really boils down to is just not knowing.
Yeah.
And I mean, for real, like, would you even tell the kids, honey, sit down?
No.
No. You don't need to know, son.
Ignorance is bliss when it comes to accidentally eating cum cupcakes.
When it comes to bodily fluids, I'd rather just not know.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
What I want to know is how does he even... Does he get off on it? Is this a sexual thing for him? Is it a power thing? Is it to what end? To what end is this?
This trial's gonna be lit.
You gonna watch it?
Netflix gonna swoop in they're gonna get this nigga the Tiger King treatment.
Damn, but he get money off that though, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. No, I don't watch nothing though. I don't watch no verses. Mm-hmm. I don't watch like most things.
She might be able to get some. I don't think he can get money off of it because
it's about him.
Well,
do R. Kelly get money off saving Ryan?
No, it depends on the state.
Oh, it depends on the state?
It depends on the state, because in some states, if you're a felon, you can't profit from your crime.
Right, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, like Bernie Madoff, for instance, like because there's a New York law against it, he can, and same one in New Jersey, he can't like write a book and sell the rights to the book for millions of dollars.
Damn.
Yeah. What's next?
What's next? All right, let's go light then. That was a heavy one. We'll go light. This is from Mel Magazine. Skate and Destroy, when the Marines tried to send skateboards into battle. This is about a 1999 military exercise in which the Marines designed a road test for a bunch of new weapons programs for 21st century combat. And one of them was an urban assault combat skateboard.
So
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
So it's wait. So it's like just motherfuckers on skateboards just like intruding, like just.
Yeah, it's there's a famous picture that ended up, and they made a character in Call of Duty based off of it, and made a skin and all this kind of stuff with this guy who's a Marine, Lance Corporal Chad Codwell of the 1st Battalion, 5th Marines, and he's known as the Skateboarding Marine, and he's got a off-the-shelf skateboard from 1999, spray painted tactical green. And the idea was that they were gonna just see what they could do with them, whether that meant going down the street faster or trying to clear hallways of tripwires and stuff like that. They were just seeing what they can do with skateboards.
Okay, I like the tripwire thing, even though there's probably better ways to do that.
What's tripwire?
Like
a booby trap?
Yeah, like a booby trap.
Like some Kevin McAllister shit?
Yeah, yeah. I could see that maybe, but.
So, but the guy would have to be a great skateboarder too, though, right? Like if Rodney Mullen, it would be like if Rodney Mullen was like a dope ass, like he was also dope in combat or whatever, type shit.
It just gives you so little control over.
Yeah.
You can tell that they were definitely just throwing shit at the wall and like seeing what they could get grants for, right? Because they had an EDM light show.
Well, we aren't known we're not known as the smartest branch.
Who?
In the Marines.
But they not?
No.
I thought we got the best army. The best. Wait,
we do. But I'm saying the Marine Corps in particular is like the joke on the Marine Corps is that we're stupid.
Why?
Because it's just a running joke. I mean, it's actually mostly not true.
You was a Marine, right? You say?
Yeah. But I mean, there are Marines that do the smart shit, but they ain't the Marines that's on the front. Like, there's Marines that do advanced, satellite telemetry and all that kind of shit, but these ain't those people.
Right.
This is just a stupid idea.
Yeah, there's the Marines are like the aggro, right? That's their reputation.
Right. They're the first. We're the first ones in. Yes. But I've seen, because all it take is for somebody with power to not understand that you just said a stupid thing to them, and then nobody else is gonna question it. You know what I'm saying? So I seen a dude get I heard of the guy that he got a medal for inventing some new shit. For inventing a portable ground for so you got to ground electronics. Mm-hmm. Basically, you got to make sure that a wire goes from them to the earth for safety and all other kind of reasons. And he put dirt in a wheelbarrow and put the grounding spike in the wheelbarrow, which isn't touching the fucking ground. Mm-hmm. But he was talking to somebody high up that didn't understand that and thought it was genius. You understand what I'm saying? It's like,
is it not?
No, it's the dumbest shit ever. But no one found that out until way later. When somebody that both had the knowledge and the balls to be like, this is stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's like because there's a lot of not questioning shit.
Right. So that just be like him telling me that, and I'd be like, yeah, do that. This nigga smart.
But except you are a high ranking person.
Right.
So it's like, oh well, he thinks it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Jamar said it's good. He said it's good. Yeah, it's great, sir.
Yeah.
It's that kind of shit.
Wow.
Well, the guy who did it here was General Charles Krulak, a Marine Corps commandant, who was motivated to revamp the fighting force to prepare them for the challenges of the 21st century. Took inspiration from history and from the great military leaders of the past. You
know what's so funny is that's the same guy. It's like, because I was in, so this is 99, I joined in 2001. And we weren't allowed to have cell phones. Mm-hmm. Then. Now, 20 years later, you have to have a phone so they can get a hold of you. But back then, it was not allowed. But he was preparing us for the modern. I'm so glad I got out.
But he got. The thing is that he just made a battle skateboard.
Yeah.
But what does the skateboard look like?
It looks like a skateboard that has been painted green.
Oh, it don't got like. Zzz,
Well,
like
here's what's kind of interesting about it is
whatever you think that is.
One element that actually was pretty successful is they developed a new system for like knee pads and stuff that did end up becoming part of some tactical kits.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
So
What's so good about the knee pads?
I think it just has to do with how light they are and how easy it is to maneuver in them, rather than just because the old knee pads for skateboard. I used to skateboard in the 90s, and they were pretty.
Yeah. And more importantly, the knee. I mean, there weren't any knee pads really, or at least not widely proliferated. But there's a lot of times where you got to get on your knees or slide on your knees and all that, and it was just.
Those old skateboard knee pads too, like they were like hard plastic, like molded plastic. They were really uncomfortable, and like you could not move around in those.
So you went from tanks to skateboards.
Apparently, well, I
still
think
got the tanks.
Yeah, they still got the tanks. This is for Operation Urban Warrior.
What? That sound like what for Black Panther?
Yeah.
like,
as we invading countries that don't have very many paved roads, we like let's go. Some
hey, you not drive a tank?
No.
How have you ever been inside one?
Yeah.
What it look like?
It's very cramped. There's not a lot of room.
No. Oh man.
It feels.
Is it a stick? Is it an automatic?
I mean, for me, I was like, let me the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
It just feels like somewhere like it's very claustrophobic, man, and it's very much like if something happened to us, we all did in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I mean, but driving wise, I know you say you don't know how to drive it, but I mean, how do they maneuver? Is it a stick or is it an automatic?
Oh shit, I don't even know, man. Because I've never been in one that was moving.
Oh really?
No, and I don't know how they turn. I don't know what they fucking do.
Aren't there two operators? One for basically the treads and one for the turret?
Yeah, I think it depends on the tank, but I have no idea, man. Because I think they have a new tank now, but when I was in, I think the M1 Abrams was
What that shit look like?
I mean, they look like a beast. Like it's weird because I just feel like for so long everything we got is just better than what everybody else got.
Yeah.
And it's just we gonna always. I mean, maybe not always, but
we ain't got jetpacks yet though. Like
they have jetpack. Well, no.
I'm talking about shit that like.
Nah. What is that practical anyway?
It's not.
I don't think so because you basically wearing a bomb on your back.
Nah, because they got jetpacks out there, bro.
Jetpack, not a rocket pack.
Not.
What's the difference? You talking about the ones that use water?
Nah, no. You ain't never seen jetpacks?
Yeah, they have jetpacks that basically use highly compressed air that's like superheated that comes out, but it's not combusted. It's
not combustible.
Not combustible. Yeah, so you're not going to explode. There's no fire coming out and burning up your leg. It's not like Rocketeer. It's like they have these little jump packs. I think they have them in Air Force Search and Rescue, and basically it's a way. Bro. It's only for a little short burst. Like you're not going to fly into the battlefield and like be attacking people.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Bro,
that's just air.
These motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
There's got to be some kind of fuel, right?
Yeah, no, it has fuel in it, but it's that it's not shooting.
Ooh, they all over the water, B. Let's go.
Let's see.
Shooting the fuck out them goddamn.
How long can they fly?
Let's look it up.
Dude, I wonder if I can buy one of those.
Oh, so I DM'd the guy. I said, man, where? Oh, it was a long time ago. Oh fuck. I DM'd him. I said, hey man, when are these going to be on the market? He said they're already out there.
But how much they cost?
$300.
$300?
No, nigga, come on.
Oh, I was about to say, boy, we all about to get a jetpack this motherfucker.
You get a jetpack.
Yeah, no bullshit. I'm going to get jetpacks for the homies. $300.
Let's see. Let's look at what their
you
their
really
range
gonna get one
is.
if they was like when you can afford one, will you get one?
Yeah. No, I mean not for $300,000.
No, let's say you cooking like that. You know what I'm saying?
But there's so much more I can do with $300K though. Man. I mean, once they down to a reasonable, like once they get into the thousands, I would get one.
How efficient are they gonna be though?
They're really expensive and they don't go very far.
How long?
Most of them are like 30 seconds. 33 seconds.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Can you kill a lot of people in 30 seconds on the jetpack? That's what we're trying to figure out. We got to replace these bum ass skateboards.
Motherfucker in the air. I don't know. That's not worth it. For 30 seconds.
Now the ones that last the longest I think this is probably the one you saw, the 300,000 one. This one is service ceiling is 250 feet.
No.
Max cruise speed is 72 knots.
Okay. Right.
Travel range is 11 nautical miles, so like 20 kilometers, it says.
Oh, okay. So you cooking for
a little bit, for a few minutes at least.
a few minutes is worth it.
Yeah, that's fun. Because how long does it take to fucking skydive and get all the way down?
Yeah, bro. Can you imagine like taking that shit on spring break and you just land on a bitch boat?
Oh God.
Yeah, that's instant panty dropper.
Yeah.
He came from the sky.
You look lame as hell in it though. It doesn't look like. It doesn't. It's not Iron Man. It's like.
You sure it's not the motorcycle of the air? It could be that.
Motorcycles are cool looking though.
Motorcycles
Jetpacks,
cool
you're like your little feet are dangling.
But you know what? Motorcycles are only cool looking because they've been made to look cool, like cigarettes. You know what I mean? It's like we've seen it. All we need is a couple movies with somebody looking cool. We need Arnold Schwarzenegger to throw one on or something.
Yeah, he gonna have to be the first nigga with it, man.
Kanye West?
Yep.
Oh,
probably.
That's true. Or Soulja Boy.
He probably already has one.
he's yeah, right.
All right, what's next? Go back heavy.
Go back heavy. All right.
Yeah, let's do something crazy.
Yeah, you made me think too hard.
This one's from you. Botched butt injection suspected after woman dumped at Bronx hospital dies.
Yeah.
What happened?
So somebody dropped her off. She's what, 53 or 50?
53-year-old Maxine Messam.
So she's 50 or some years old and was getting a butt injection, make her butt bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And something went wrong. They dropped her off at the hospital, and she died.
From getting what you think they injected it with?
I don't know.
They just said a foreign substance, but I think it's probably, people get
it's either a fake, it's either a bullshit Brazilian, like where they take fat from somewhere else in your body and put it in your booty, like the Kardashian booty, that, or it was that shit. I forget what they call. That stuff where it was like memes going around where dudes was getting it injected into their body.
Oh, their biceps.
Yeah, and it just make it look bigger.
Yeah.
Silicone or what?
No, it ain't silicone. It's some other shit. But it ain't good for you. Like if it get into your bloodstream, I don't think it's good for you.
It can also move around in ways that is not healthy for you because it can move around and it can like you said get into your bloodstream and everything, but it can also just interfere with your joints, interfere with.
Did it say how much she paid for it?
No, they don't know. She's still. She died. So I assume they're going to be trying to find out who did it to her, but she was just dropped off.
What you mean? She did it to herself? Why you need a new booty at 53?
Yeah.
No, I mean I'm not blaming. Like I said, I am victim blaming.
Oh no, I'm not saying that somebody like forced it on her, but I'm saying that she got it from somebody and then it went bad, and then I think they just dumped her in her own BMW SUV at the hospital.
What?
Yeah.
And she was naked from the waist down with like injections.
For real?
Injection sites all over her.
Damn. That's hilarious.
Damn. That's a fucking hell of a way to go. In pursuit of a booty.
Yep.
At 53.
Black girl, white girl?
Maxine Messam.
So she black.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maxine is a black name, but it's not exclusively a black name.
But Messam.
Yeah.
She is a black woman, yes.
Wow.
Yay.
That's normally not a black woman thing. But I guess in pursuit of a booty.
Yeah.
Like if you're a black woman and you grew up your whole life with no booty.
Yeah. She probably had ass, but she probably needed a little bit more. I bet. Was she married? Don't
Yes,
say.
she was.
Oh, she was?
Her husband, Carlos Simpson, said... Carlos Simpson.
Here we go.
Related? Any relation?
Here we go.
It says, we don't know what happened. She was at work and she left work, so we don't know what happened from there. Thanks for the info.
Or maybe they was trying to take her booty. Maybe it's booty snatchers out here.
Oh, shit.
Just like, see, I ain't even think about it from that angle. Maybe they like, they just kidnapping black women with fat asses and taking their fucking superpowers.
You think so what you're saying is that you think that she went in with the ass or whatever, but they couldn't get the fat out of the ass, so they just... How they gonna snatch the booty though, nigga, if they found her like with the booty?
No, I'm saying they tried to extract the fat out of the booty.
Oh, right.
I don't really think that's what happened. I'm just joking.
In this case, they were trying to put something in, so
Yeah,
she
they're trying to put
probably
something
got
in.
like a cheap, illegal.
But I'm like, sell the BMW and get a. First of all, you already married. You don't need a big booty. But why not spend that money on one of them? Because now they can rejuvenate your vagina.
Mm-hmm.
They can make your vagina like 20 years younger.
They can?
Yeah.
Where you do that at?
You just pay for it. And
I said that like I got a pussy.
They like strengthen your pelvic floor, and I don't know if they put extra ridges back in there or
extra. He said the extra ridges.
yeah,
Vaginoplasty. They have lots of different things they can do.
yeah, vaginoplasty, dog. Yeah,
Some heat right there.
I don't know. I don't want to shit on this lady because she's gone, but.
I'm looking at a picture of her right now, and I mean, she looks good for
How's she
53.
look?
She looks good for 53.
But she ain't trying to look good for 53.
I know, but
she
I
trying
mean-
to look good.
Oh, this
Yeah,
like-
I don't get it. But I don't know why they acting like it's a mystery. It's like she was clearly getting the butt injections to get a bigger butt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that comes down to what they can say and what they can't say.
Oh right,
That's her fault, man. That's vanity.
Yeah, isn't that one of the sins?
Yep. God said, don't be vain. That's what you get.
Would y'all ever get
An ass injection?
maybe not an ass injection,
It
but
was
maybe
like a dick lift.
like a dick lift or ab injections?
Listen. I would rather look out of shape than just look strong and not be strong.
Right.
That's gonna get you in some precarious situations because most of these hoes out here will they will gauge how much they can act out by how strong they think you are. So it's like you out here just looking strong and you ain't really got it.
You ever fuck a BBL?
What is that?
Or Brazilian butt lift?
Oh,
the one
no.
thing she's trying to get? That shit don't even feel good. Like
No?
it's hard. It's like, it's not like you smash a soft, good, authentic ass, right? It's all hard and shit. This fucking BBL, it don't even fucking feel good.
Wow.
Smacking against you.
The BBL is the one where they take the
What she was
fat,
trying to get. What she was trying to get.
But do they put a fake substance in you, or is it they take the fat from a place on your body and put it somewhere else?
Well, I think you're talking about technical BBL, but I think he's talking about just the look. Whether it's fake or
It's
the
hard.
procedure.
It's hard.
But that look, that Kim Kardashian booty.
That shit hard.
Is it like the early generation of breast augmentation where it was like,
When
because now they feel good. I mean, now
bitches' nipples
I mean,
are
now
falling
see,
off.
we need Apple to start doing these joints. It'll be simple, easy.
That's crazy.
every 18 months you got to update the firmware.
Yeah, well, you could change the size of your booty depending on what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're on a train, you just shrink it, and when you out and about, you fucking.
And then I heard that they gotta constantly get it repumped, like like it's like collagen or some shit or whatever.
Oh.
You know, it's just getting collagen in their lips. You know, they gotta get that shit refilled like every.
Yeah, for the eyes too. Like they get the
And they still be looking old too. Like they just look like they just got work done, like an old bitch of work.
Yeah. I don't understand why people don't realize that yet. Where it's like you just look like a ghoul.
Yeah. Have you ever seen somebody with work that you thinking like, wow, man, this person looks 20 again?
Never.
I ain't never seen that shit in my motherfucking life. I'm like you trying. Like,
But I think that there are some people, especially if you can afford it and you can do it regularly, you don't really notice because they get a little bit done here and there. And so you see like these actresses who are in their 40s and they still look like early 30s. And they look good. They don't look like they've had a ton of work done because they're trying to slow down the clock. They're not trying to rewind it.
But then you have some people where it's like they're clearly 60 because what happens is like it just pieces of you look young. It's like you got young lips and your cheeks. It just looks weird, man.
But there's a difference between like you can look at some. I mean, I don't want to like. Okay, like Robert Downey Jr. has had work done. He's had like plastic surgery to just kind of reduce some, crow's feet and different things like that. Like he looks a little bit different now, but he looks good. Like he just looks really good for his age. You compare that to like Mickey Rourke, who has really done some things. He looks like a different person. I think that the same
it's
thing.
like Lil' Kim.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a difference between some of the people who have had.
It's crazy to go from the realest bitch of all time to the fakest bitch of all time.
Lil Kim's now the fakest bitch of all time.
Nigga, I mean, compared to like who she used to physically.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But like, no, she's still her personality and her talking points. She's still real, you know. But physically, it's like,
Yeah, it's tough, man. And she didn't need it. Well, I don't know what she needed.
No, she didn't need shit because she was what she was, which is like a cute ass hood chick,
Right.
a decent enough hood chick.
Yeah. But what he's saying is true, because I mean I've heard that pretty much every movie star has had work done.
You gonna go get some work done?
No, I'm a comic. I don't need to be pretty. I just need to be funny. You know what
I
I'm
used to tell people all the time. I'm like, nigga, it's not a fucking modeling contest.
Nah,
Like,
nigga,
It's not. It's not
Because
the
the
catwalk.
thing is, because you already got the things. It's like, because most actors don't got, they're fucking empty-headed. So it's like but as a comic, it's like if you're charming and funny and successful, you don't got to be nothing else. All that other shit is just bonus. You ain't got to be tall. You ain't got to be slim. You ain't got to be good looking. You got money. You got a little clout. And you make them laugh.
That's good looking.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, that's the same thing. So I don't need to. I'm not gonna go do. I mean, and I can be talking about my ass here because maybe you know, because it's easy. I just think that when you get separated from people that really know you, because it slowly starts happening. You slowly get pulled off the ground, and then you surrounded by people that's like, oh well, you could get a little work, you know. You start hearing that the most. Maybe you get talking. I don't know,
Bro, my manager just hit me 2 times talking about, hey, you ever think about getting your teeth fixed? You ever think about getting your teeth fixed? And I'm about to like, man, I'm like, if you niggas ain't gonna pay for that shit, I'm not doing nothing.
yeah, you gonna pay for it?
I get my shit whitened. I'm like,
Yeah, I'll do that.
Shit.
I'll do white, and I'll do something that will.
I don't know what kind of work I would ever want to get done.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
I think there's a line that gets crossed when you go for, because like getting your teeth whitened, whatever. But when you start talking about needles and knives,
Okay.
and
I'll get like even if
actual-
if I need a scrub on my face or some shit like that.
Oh,
but-
that's nothing. But yeah, I'll get a facial, but I ain't gonna I'm not gonna get a damn like my nose moved. Nothing's getting injected or removed.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. When it's a surgeon as opposed to a esthetician who is doing it, that's a different level.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that. I do want to get that done though. Like
What?
they get it, like where they get up in your face and they really like they have that little thing that looks like the top of a sewing needle.
Yeah.
And they put that shit on every little thing and clear out the pores like individually.
Oh, right. And then you start like bleeding from your face just a little bit.
Oh yeah, well that can happen. Yeah,
I got a homegirl who do that all the time, but she don't look no younger.
Well, I think you still got to have the genetic, because like in my family, everybody look younger.
Yeah.
But it's like, so I think if you got that, it's going to make you look as young as you going to look, but they ain't going to make you look younger than you meant to be.
Right.
I think it's also like there's also an element of, you know, if you put on moisturizer, that's not going to make you look younger. But if you are the type of person who uses moisturizer every day, you have good hygiene and everything, I do think you will if you were to have a scientific experiment with twins, right? The person who moisturizes every day, they're going to look a little bit better when you go 10 years down the line. So I think people who regularly get facials and stuff like that, maybe it has some sort of, but really,
Why does everybody want to look so young? Why? Like, why don't nobody want to get older? It's like Hollywood need old people too.
No, they don't. I mean, they do.
Yeah, I'm talking about actor wise.
But they can make a young person look old. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, but I mean, but they needed that grandma from from Black Panther. They're gonna make a young chick look like her.
they made Jada Pinkett Smith into an old lady in
Red Table Talk.
Nah, in the Matrix.
In the Matrix.
All right.
Yeah, but it wasn't very convincing.
No, it was not very convincing at all. I don't know. If I were a fat guy, I'd be mad about Colin Farrell being the Penguin in the Batman. Put him in a fat suit, big hook nose, and
He in a
bald
new one?
head.
Bro, remember the big controversy when they made the Snow White movie and they made the little people, like they, instead of hiring actual
Yeah.
little people. They hired other actors and then made them look like dwarves. That's got to be fucked up.
That's pretty funny.
Because it's like 12. It's at least 12 dwarves in Hollywood.
Yeah, I know like 2 of them.
Yeah, I know.
We know 2 of them.
Yeah, we know at least 2 dwarves.
Yeah.
So it's like, imagine being like, oh, they're coming out with another Snow White because they waiting on that.
Yeah.
They coming out with another Snow White.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's us, baby. That's us. They in the dwarf group chat. Hey, bruh. Hey, did you hear?
What was the dude from he was all the Oompa Loompas in
I don't know.
in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, Hollywood is foul, nigga.
I'll take it though. Hey, once you accept how savage Hollywood is, it's so funny.
Right. So, you know when you get miserable here when you start trying to make sense of it.
Yeah.
when you just accept that it doesn't even really make sense, you can enjoy it. You can enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I just do things that don't, because like you know me, I'm always on time. I try to be on time or early.
Yeah.
Except when I have a call time on set. Because they're never doing shit. They always be like, we need you to be here at 8 a.m. and then you be sitting there till noon.
It's called hurry up and wait.
Yeah, and they be like, it's lunchtime, and then you don't do shit till 2. Yeah. And I'm like, never, ever.
And you're not sure if you can go to sleep in your trailer, no nothing.
No, I'm like, nigga, I'm doing whatever I want. I'm going to sleep. Yeah, my time is valuable, dog, to me.
Oh God, yeah.
So it's like, I take that shit personal. I be so mad. Every time I've ever been on set, I've been upset the whole time until we film. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's Deep Roy. That was the name I was trying to remember.
For what?
The Oompa Loompa from.
Oh yeah.
He played every Oompa Loompa.
He played all the Oompa Loompas.
Damn, he think he Eddie Murphy.
And I think
wait till Eddie Murphy start playing. These motherfuckers.
They don't want that. They ain't ready for Eddie. Eddie or Jamie could do it. Jamie Foxx could play all the Oompa Loompas and
Snow White,
Willy Wonka.
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
He'd be a pretty good Willy Wonka.
Hell yeah.
That dude is. What has Jamie Foxx ever done that was awful? Nothing. Everything he's ever touched, immaculate.
What was the movie where he played the cello player or whatever? That movie was terrible. That's the only thing he's ever been in.
But he was good in it.
Was he good though?
He was good in it.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
He went a little full on.
Yeah.
With it.
You know what it is? After Ray, this is like his second. You sell this to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
It was like that, and then so that didn't probably measure up to Ray, but he was, because I remember that movie. I'm like, he was still decent in it.
I never saw it, but I remember Jamie Foxx show. I remember In Living Color.
Yeah, I can't really say Jamie take L's.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, and then to go from that to music.
He was doing music before though, in the early '90s.
Really?
Early night. If you go back and watch In Living Color, I think he sung one of his singles on it.
Oh,
but
yeah.
He had an album called Peep This. Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, this dude was unstoppable. He must have the most encouraging. I don't know his story. His mama must be the most encouraging.
It's his grandma.
Oh yeah.
Who taught him how to play piano? Made him sing with white folks and shit. Yeah, she made him like sing with white folks and like I think like Terrell, Texas and all this shit, and that's how he learned the piano and all that shit. Yeah, and he don't take no L's.
Yeah, you hear that? That's the opposite of, because there was a video, it was a TikTok or Instagram reel that went, I don't know, it went black viral at least, and it was a lady going, like her son was at the dinner table going, trying to count to 11, and he was like 8, 9, 10, and his wife was like, motherfucker, what come after 10? You know what I mean? Like, just anything, not like, you can do it, baby. None of that. It was like, what come after 10s, dumbass?
You didn't know? Yeah, I mean,
that's the difference.
Did you come up like that?
Hell yeah, I came up like that. But lucky for me, before I got that,
yeah.
Is this from In Living Color?
This is Jamie Foxx.
Peep This.
Oh wait a minute, you gonna make us have to pay for this?
Not if you play 5 seconds of it, you good.
I think if you're discussing, I don't know what the rules are, but yeah, but I came up like that. Lucky for me though, before that, I had gotten all the encouragement and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
For till I was like 6. I got like, you can do anything, baby. And then after that, it was like, you stupid motherfucker.
Yeah, but you was already locked in because they already set you up at 3, so that shit It's like whatever. It's like it's like an extra push.
Yeah, that just made me beef with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, one more. What we got?
I'll do one more. Let's see.
Oh, Jamie Foxx, bro. Go back and listen to Peep This.
I'm fucking gonna do that. Yeah, I think he just convinced me.
And it's a decent album too.
Peep This.
All right, let's do a science one.
Okay.
Yeah, I like science.
You want to do the fly one?
I don't even know. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Flies possess more sophisticated cognitive abilities than previously known.
Oh no.
They put flies, like common houseflies, in immersive virtual reality systems and had real-time brain activity imaging to show that they had capabilities of attention, working memory, and awareness. And they could affect how long a fly's memory was with different environmental triggers.
So wait a minute, they got virtual reality for flies.
Yeah.
Uh,
They basically tether. So I looked into this to see what the fuck that meant. They basically tether them, like tether their legs, and so they can fly around with limited motion, but they're in a certain zone of movement. And then they have like a 360 degree like egg type thing that gives them certain images and stimuli, and they can create hot spots and bursts of air. And the
flies?
On the flies, yes. And
Flies can create this.
No. The scientists are creating this to create a noxious stimuli for them, so they'll fly away from the heat. And they're using this to test because they create certain patterns, and they see if the flies can remember the patterns. And then they also injected calcium into their brains, and then could use active brain imaging to see where the calcium went, so they could basically track their neurochemistry while they were running the experiment.
So they're saying flies are smarter than we thought.
Yes,
bro. That means every time I've been arguing with a fly, it wasn't crazy. It was like, oh, you fucking with me. You ever have a fly like that where you like?
Oh, the niggas just keep coming back.
Just keep coming back. You fucking playing with me.
Yeah. I think and that's crazy how like it's like no matter how quick you think you are, you can't hit that motherfucker. And if you hit him, he don't die,
old
and
folks,
he be straight. What you say?
I know some old folks, man, that's like
that can get him.
That's vicious with it. Pop. One swing. Pop.
Really?
Yeah, man. My grandma fuck a fly up. Like if it's one fly. Yeah, she kill it. If that motherfucker land within arm reach, that joint dead.
She can get it.
She can get it with a fly swatter. I mean.
You good with the fly swat?
Nah. Because I don't know what they can see me or. Because it's all about where you aiming or whatever, but I guess you just got to be old enough to have missed enough where you're just a beast. But that ain't something I ever want. I don't fuck with flies at all. It's the reason why I don't eat outdoors.
You're right.
Like when we go to restaurants and stuff, I don't understand why people are obsessed with eating outside. I fucking hate it.
It's cold out there. It's
like the weather's out here, bugs are out here, and the minute flies start buzzing around me, dog, I'm not happy.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't know why people insist on it. They insist on eating outside.
Well, did it ever occur to you that flies got to eat too?
Well, yeah, but they can eat on the other niggas that's outside.
Right.
Like, and this broke. This started because. So, when I was in Iraq, we had to dig holes. My first deployment, we had to dig holes to shit in. We didn't have porta potties. We had to dig holes for us to shit in, and so, but we were in this place called a Numanaya, and it was like the dirt was real dark and moist, and it was just a breeding ground for flies. Like, and we were only there for maybe like 3 weeks or something, but bro, by the time we left, bro, it was like it could have easily been like, I don't know, 20 million flies or something.
What?
Definitely in the tens of millions, and because that's where I learned, bro. There were so many. That's why I learned that flies, they go into some kind of hibernation state when they sleep. Yeah. Because they would, so say it would be a tarp like made out of this shit. So say just imagine you wake up and this whole wood panel is just covered in flies, like it's black.
Right.
You can't see any of the wood.
Right.
They would cover the whole fucking thing, like the size of this room. And they'll be asleep like before the sun come up, and you could scrape them off. They wouldn't even move or wake up. You could scrape them off and kill them all, and you wake up the next morning and they all fucking there again. It was like that many. Yeah, bro.
Like brand new flies.
Brand new flies, bro. And so anyway, it was at the point where we had to eat. We were eating MREs, and you would most of the time you would eat them out of the bag that they came in.
What's an MRE?
It's a meal ready to eat, like a. It's just a meal that lasts forever. That's like probably not good for you to eat long term. But we were
It's like a plastic package, and you can
okay, like space food ish.
Right. It's just something to take. It's something so you can eat camping without anything. But water. Like you don't need a stove.
Okay.
It usually has like a little packet in there. You break the packet, and it heats up, and you kind of reheat.
No, the kind we had, you added water to it.
Oh, okay.
It was like a packet. You added water to it, and it had some kind of reaction, and it would heat up.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point is. They were so these flies because there were too many flies. There were way more flies than people, and there was a whole latrine of a whole pit of shit, and they were so hungry that like the moment you expose your food to the air, flies would just be just all around you. You know what I'm saying? So you had to be like yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These motherfuckers be trying to get in your mouth, and so now I'm just at the point, man, where it's like the moment they start buzzing around me, like I'm just like, why the fuck we eat outside?
Right.
Who the fuck insisted? That's why I don't like to go eating with large groups because there's always somebody that's like, ooh, would it be nice? And he said, no, bitch. Yeah. And then I gotta eat. I gotta either be the dude that's the party pooper, or I gotta tell that whole fucking story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people still prefer. Oh, I know you say you don't like eating outside, but no, bitch. I'm not. We're not doing it.
Yeah.
And it's not that I never will. Like I ain't gonna ruin the party, but just know that if we ever eat outside, I want to be inside. I'm gonna be the whole time thinking that we should be inside.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting, man. Why do they eat? So is it that they eat anything, including shit?
Yeah.
Flies?
Yeah.
And is that healthy for them?
Yes.
I think shit is healthy for them.
Why? Why is that healthy? No, I don't want to eat shit. Why is that healthy for them but not healthy for me? And it's my shit. I don't want to eat shit. I don't ever want it. But I'm like, why is that healthy for an animal to eat but not for a human?
Because when a fly eats shit, what they do is they basically, the way that we eat, we ingest stuff, we chew it up, swallow it, and then our stomach acid is all contained in our stomach, right? And it's breaking down the food. They vomit out their stomach acid essentially, and that breaks it down into a liquid that they then slurp up. So the acid that they spit up is killing the bacteria that we would be ingesting if we ate the food that they're on.
Yeah. Because
you know that?
Yeah, your body, your shit is something your body's like, we don't need this. We took all the shit we need, and this is the trash. But to flies, they're like, yum.
Oh, okay. So my ass is a fly's mouth, basically.
I mean, depends on how you think about it.
How they spit out. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just like trying to. I'm like. So what they spit out, that's what my ass does.
No, it's more like it's almost like their.
Or is their mouth the stomach?
It's almost like their entire world is the stomach.
Oh.
Right, the whole world is the stomach for the fly because they don't have any teeth to chew anything up and swallow it down. They just have basically a straw. So if you could only eat stuff through a straw, then you would have to have some way to vomit up your stomach acid or express your stomach acid to turn everything into.
Too?
What's that?
Do flies shit too?
That's an interesting question. Do they shit?
I think they do have waste products.
So but if you interrupt a fly in the middle of a meal, will they just die because they can't get their acid back?
No, because they produce a lot of it, okay. and I mean the amounts are so small because they're so small, but it's basically they're sort of spraying a little or injecting a little bit of this acid onto the material that they eat, so it breaks it down, but it doesn't break down the proteins and things that they are slurping up.
So that's why when a fly lands on people's food, they're like, ew, I can't eat that because a fly just threw up on it.
Because a fly just threw up on it, or a fly just defecated on it, because apparently flies are defecating all the time.
Yeah, and they were definitely, almost certainly, on some shit somewhere before they landed on your shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I fucking hate them.
And does that when I let's say if a fly lands on my donut and it does whatever the fuck it does or whatever, and I flick it off or whatever, and I eat the donut, is something gonna happen to me?
Yeah, because it says here that because their digestive system moves so quickly, because it's basically just all liquid. It's just they slurp it up, it absorbs all of the nutrients that it can from that liquid, and then it expels that liquid. They basically defecate every single time they land on something, because they have no reason to carry any of that around.
Bro, I could have gone the rest of my life without knowing that.
I'm mad.
Now you just up the ante. Now it's war.
Really
It's war on these niggas, dog. Yeah, they not going extinct or nothing. Why the bees dying and the flies thriving? Who eats fly shit? Is there an animal that eats that?
I don't know.
Probably flies.
Fucking other flies.
Smaller ones,
motherfuckers.
That's crazy.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up. Man.
Damn.
That's a good note.
I'm mad.
War on flies, dog. These so this is the last segment of the show. You know we like to end it. It's time for glory stories and revenge. That's our favorite subject here. Get back, comeuppance. Jamar, you have a story for us? Revenge or glory?
Yeah.
What is it?
All right. When I was like 9 and 10, I was the running back MVP 2 years in a row, and the second time that I got it, a guy. Look, I had just lost my girlfriend. Right, I had just lost my girlfriend to this guy named Maurice. Right, who was like this all happened in the orphanage, whatever. Right, and but they had a football league there. For all the fucking kids and shit like that, whatever the fuck. And so they called it the Sega Football League. And I got running back the first year, right? And then this new kid named Maurice came into the orphanage or whatever, and he was a new black kid and good looking kid or whatever the fuck. And he and my girlfriend left me for him.
Okay.
Because he was the new kid. So the Sega Football League came up again, and she was dating him for a while, and and he played on his team and shit, and I played on my team, and I got running back of the year again, and then she dumped that nigga, and then she started dating me, and she never broke up with me again until I left the orphanage. Clearly.
Okay, wait. So is this full pads and everything?
No, it's a flag football league, and
they didn't mind y'all dating within the.
No, because the orphanage is co-ed, so it was called 5 acres, and the land is 5 acres, and so we had like 12 cottages and shit. So my cottage is named Sequoia, then there's Willow, then there's Spruce, and all that shit.
And each college had their own team.
Yeah.
Okay. And but it just seems like the sort of place where we'd be like, absolutely no fraternizing.
Actually, they wanted us to. Actually, no, they wasn't even really on that or whatever. I mean, they was watching us close. Like nobody was, nobody was doing nothing crazy that I know of and shit. But it was
at 11 years old though.
Huh?
You said you were 10 and 11.
I was there from 9, 10, and 11.
9, 10, 11.
And but yeah, that happened.
But did he feel some kind of way?
Probably. I'm not sure, but I know that she never did go back with him until I left the orphanage, maybe.
And then she just jumped. She went back with him right after you left.
I don't know. I didn't keep up with anybody. I didn't keep up with anybody back then.
When did you leave the orphanage?
11.
Oh, okay.
So from 10 to 11, she broke with me for a whole fucking I got the champion. I did that or whatever because I was just good at football or whatever, and then I had got that or whatever. Then a new kid fucking came along or whatever. We were off and on whatever, and then the new kid came along. She started dating him for who Lord knows how long or whatever. And then next year came along and I got the championship or whatever. And she broke up with that nigga because she knew who the fucking real star was, nigga.
Yeah. Well, how did you find out about this, or what happened? Did she just come back to you and she's like, "Hey, I want to be with you now"? Or
she was she said the next day at school she said I think she said I don't like Maurice anymore. So real. And then she was
after you holding up the trophy.
Yeah.
I don't like Maurice anymore.
What's her name? We're gonna bleep it out, but I want to look her up.
Christina Sanchez.
Look up that name. Ain't no fucking way I'm gonna find out.
Bro,
never mind.
Bro, I've tried to find this girl, but I was like, it's Christina Sanchez, bro.
All right, wait. Christina Sanchez. 12 acres, you said?
5.
5 acres?
5 acres past Altadena or whatever.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one to track down right there.
I tried to look for her, bro. She was fine back then. Well, maybe
She's definitely not. She's definitely not fine no more.
Yeah.
No. Because when you're young, you get pregnant early.
Oh, that's true. That's fucking true.
You know what I mean?
That's fucking true.
It's like this almost a. It's almost a given. Like when kids in these orphanages and foster homes, like usually it's like that's just the easiest way out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's always people trying to get at you.
Damn.
If you want to disappear, you should just change your name to like
Christina Sanchez?
Christina Sanchez. It'd be impossible to find you.
Or John Smith.
Yeah.
Damn, I remember that shit.
Actually, I remember reading something about that where I think it was like, what was it? It was like, it's basically like Maria Rodriguez, or like if you wanted to fake your own death, right, and just disappear and nobody could ever find you. The way that you get like the identity that you want to have. I remember like the name that he said is like the most common name in America, and it wasn't John Smith. It was like a Hispanic name that was basically like.
Oh yeah, it was like Jesus Ramirez or something.
Yeah, it was just the most common name possible.
No, I think it's Jose.
It might be Jose Sanchez actually.
Yeah.
Jose Sanchez?
Jose Sanchez might be like the hardest. That'd be the hardest person to track down because it's just impossible to pull the needle out of the haystack.
There's so many Jose Chances.
Yeah, it's just impossible.
Wow.
Yeah, you have to know the whole thing. You got to know their Catholic name and some more shit. All right, guys, that's a wrap. BS with Brian Simpson. We'll see you motherfuckers next week.
Well, let's do plugs.
Plugs. Okay, yeah. Where you gonna be? Anything you want to plug?
Shit. I don't know. Jamar's Neighborhood. I'll be at the Comedy Store sometime this week.
Socials.
At Jamar_Neighbors for Instagram, and Jamar Malachi for Twitter.
All right, and you know where to follow me at BS Comedian on Instagram and Twitter. Click that link tree. The links for the tour will coming up real soon, and I'll see y'all everywhere.